What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this 2002 GMC Yukon XL Denali. Just a fair warning, do not base this Yukon Denali off of all of them. This one is very clapped and old, and well, old is fine because if you find a good one from this generation, you got yourself a nice car, but this one has almost 270,000 miles on it. And it has been around the block a few times. But I'm going to be reviewing this today, so showing you basically how these vehicles drive after 270,000 miles. I've got one with 133,000 on it at home, my Suburban. The body is fairly nice for being an almost 300,000 mile vehicle, but the interior is incredibly rough. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that now. So, you know, it's got its normal wear and tear, and for having almost 300,000, this is actually pretty nice up here. The back is pretty rough, but it's got its wear and tear definitely on all the trim pieces, and it's got the disc changer. This one, okay, yep, it's got the cassette player, but let's hear that horn. Yep, sounds just like mine. It's got the fake wood trim and shit that the Suburbans don't have. Center console's dirty and gross, and the back is just stripped of all essence. If you can find one of these in good shape, it's actually a great vehicle, but yeah, it's been torn to shreds and it's all stained. The rear radio's been removed. This one was obviously used as a kid hauler and or a work truck because it is just shredded. It's got the aftermarket taillights. The back's all stained and worn out. It's got the storage cubby. No rear climate control in this one. That might be what that was, actually. It's got seat warmers in the back, but I'm sure they don't work anymore. Like I said, yeah, that might have been the rear climate control, actually. I'm not too sure. But this leather would have been nice back in the day. It's got WeatherTech in it. Dash is fading just like mine. It's got the original owner's manual. For what they're asking for it, $5,300. I think that's a pretty far stretch for something with this high miles and in the condition that it's in. And they literally said at the dealership, good condition for its age. Well, let's see what it's got under it. I'm gonna guess it's got the 6.0. Suburbans came standard with a 5.3. I believe these came standard with either a 6.0 or the 5.3. Well, it doesn't have the engine cover. Let's see here. I'm gonna guess it's got the 6.0 in it, but everything up here is worn to fucking shreds. So, I'm gonna get this out on the road. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like starting up. We're gonna get a good look at this. It's got a sunroof, which is the headliner's completely peeled off of it. So let's start this up and see what it sounds like. All right, let's take it for a spin. So this one actually has a few issues. It's got the check engine light, needs washer fluid, and it needs a tank of gas, but it also needs brakes. These fucking things almost go all the way to the floor. And they're asking over $5,000 for this old thing. Look at the mileage. 269,000 miles and still trucking. And this is the luxury edition, so it does have your trans temperature, your oil pressure, your fuel gauge, your volts, and yeah, all of it. So your coolant temperature. But it does have the check engine light. Not sure what that's about. You got the date. It's still got some get up and go. I mean, if they have this listed for about $1,500, I'd snatch it. It's not a bad old rig, it's just the price they're asking for it is way too much for what it is. Steering's a little bit sloppy, that's to be expected. Like, I can do this and the truck does almost nothing. Oh yeah, she's still got balls. These vehicles really do last. If you keep these interiors nice, you keep oil in it, you check the regular fluids every 20 to 50,000 miles, you're gonna have yourself a nice truck for a long ass time. And I hope my Suburban lasts this long, because this is just a testament of how good these vehicles can actually be if you take care of them. The inside of this vehicle definitely has not been taken care of too well. It's got the tears and all that, and it's seen the world, that's for sure, and it's definitely been around the block more than a few times. But it's not a bad vehicle. It really isn't. Bunch of storage, CD player and all that. Pretty nice for 2002. But I wouldn't pay over $1,500 for something like this, and they've got it posted way too high, so definitely not something I'm interested in. Low fuel, yep. Some of the gauges like to wander. It's got tow haul, all that, manual headlights. Doesn't have the auto option. That came out in 03, I think, for these trucks. It's got the rear climate controls up here. But let's see, what's this? Oh, an extra cigarette lighter. A lot of cigarette lighters in this one. You got two back there. You get one in the standard Suburbans. Felony Forest going on up here. Yeah, steering is definitely fucking worn out. I didn't even test to see if the heat and air worked. Probably does, because it's on defrost. And it's got a CD in it. Should we see what's in it? Nah, we're good. I'm almost back to the dealership anyway. Guys, this one's a little bit worn out. If you can find yourself a good one for $3,000–$4,000 with just under 200,000 miles on it, get yourself a good deal. But don't buy one like this. This one has seen its day, and we'll see if it hits 300,000. But I know that these trucks a lot of times will. So there's my Suburban sitting there being all pretty. So let's go ahead and park this up.